we get done with this.
Okay, welcome everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
This is the first installment of a little draw with me segment between me. My name's Alex, and with me today is my friend Jordan.
Hi, how's it going?
This is actually his artwork up on screen right now.
Yeah, I tried really hard with that. Don't worry. I definitely tried hard in terms of just trying to make this look good, but I think it's gonna need some work whenever we get down to it. But that's what this place is. That's what this channel is for. Just to get better at artwork and show what we have as our skills. You know how like Captain Falcon says, "Show me your moves." This is kind of what this is right here, guys.
This is exactly what it is.
So, Alex, what are you going to draw for us today?
Well, I was thinking of doing a little experiment here. Stole this idea off of a YouTuber I watch called Lavender Town. Basically, it's a create a new character kind of challenge where you pick a pose, you pick an outfit, and then you pick a character, and you mash all three together in what should be an original drawing.
Oh, so sort of like a potato salad.
Yeah, it's got elements of that for sure.
Okay. But don't worry, guys. If you're wanting some artwork from me, don't worry. That's gonna come pretty soon. Trust me, I'm not a procrastinator. I mean, you could just look at me when I make my videos. I don't really. You know what? No, I can't lie about that. I definitely procrastinate. But with this channel right here, we're not gonna do that here. We're gonna go. We're professionals. We're professional artistes.
Go.
So Alex right now is pulling up Blender.
Stalling on Blender because I haven't learned how to do the stabilizer yet, and that's what I'm trying to.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying, like, when we have, I mean, because I don't really use Blender. I use like I said, LipSprite. It's a free program that you can use. You make pixel art. Trust me, guys, it's actually really cool. Asprite is actually its co-founder, or not really co-founder, but more like its beginning. But like LipSprite's just the free diet version. I'm pretty sure with Apsprite you can do more. You can actually have more options compared to LipSprite. But LipSprite does give you a ton of options, whether it comes to making pixel art or like giving effects or even animation, like any kind of animation for pixel art. It's basically the world's your oyster when it comes to Apsprite and LipSprite and pixel art. As for Blender, I'm not really sure. I have not used the program a lot, but is it a lot like Photoshop, Alex? Right?
It's definitely got some elements of Photoshop. I'm saying this while never having used Photoshop personally.
The trial run.
It definitely looks like it.
Right.
Oh.
The trial runs I've used for Photoshop is very rough photos and art that I've made. It's not really. It's kind of my earlier work, kind of really stiff and just. I'm not saying not good all around, but it definitely, like, now that I look back at it, like from like the couple months that I've done and used LipSprite for the beginning of my actual pixel art, I definitely say that my pixel art looks way better and actually looks like the product compared to certain parts of my actual art in Photoshop.
Okay.
And that's because I guess I learned more tips and tricks online from other definitely better artists and listened to some kind of I'm not saying professionals, but like other people that have put their input on my art whenever I put them on Discord. Because I always try to look for criticism to try to better myself as an artist, as a pixel, whether it be like pixel art or art in general. I mean, because it's good to have like other people criticize you when it comes to certain. Well, I mean, it could vary in terms of criticism. It could be good or. Good criticism really does help when it comes to becoming an artist, compared to bad, where it just doesn't give you back any feedback that's really useful.
Right. Definitely. You want to find someone that you can really draw some good ideas from, but isn't gonna like you still have to develop your own style, and
Right.
and you don't want to get bogged down either in rules or in trying to copy someone else's style.
Oh, of course. And then, I'm pretty sure. I think one of my friends said this to me, and I think some other people. I mean, I'm not saying some other people, but I think a famous artist said that good artists, or is it good artists create and
Those
great artists steal?
Yeah. That was Picasso.
Okay. Got it.
Good artists copy, great artists steal.
Right. So instead of being like a burglar in terms of just style, like what you do is like when you steal something in terms of art, you try to make it into your own style from how much criticism you get from other people. Well, I wouldn't think Picasso would say that, but I'm saying like yeah, Picasso would totally say like, "Oh, let's steal."
As
steal
Picasso's best pal, I often heard him say.
As an old man, right? As I see an old man of 23, I say that Picasso and I were like tight, man. We went to college with each other, studied philosophy, just all that junk.
Oh yeah.
But no, what I was trying to say was that whole thing about stealing another style and then trying to make it into your own by making like slightly different detail, how you do the style, like in terms of either shading or just kind of like outlier. I think that's really important when trying to create your own style. I mean, I think when I think of another style, I compare it kind of like to martial arts, because there are certainly a ton of martial arts out there in the world, and they all, while they do have some kind of basis martial arts origin, they switch because of the style that people use and the style that is definitely different compared to the original. Kind of like with art, where if you try to copy a piece of artwork or like any kind of like pixel art or anything like that, it definitely, you get more out of it when you do trace and copy it, and then you add your own spin to it, because at that point you start to make it as your own, and not, I mean, yeah, you're copying the art, but you're not really copying the entirety of that person's style. You're making it your own. You're doing different shading techniques. I mean, yeah, that's, like I said, that's technically copying, but at the same time, you're adding your own spin to it. So you're changing it to the original. So, God, I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit long-winded right there.
It's a good explanation, though. It really covers a lot of ground.
Oh, definitely. And then when I think about like art and how people have like, well, I mean, I'm also like an avid video game person, or avid video gamer, and then when it comes to like, not like fighting games, but more so like well, yeah, more like fighting games. Like people have their own play styles. I mean, there are certain play styles you can make for that character, but there are also other things that you can do with it, or the character you're playing, to make it a different style, or like make them play differently. I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, you're kind of limited in terms of movesets, but you definitely can create a new play style when you're doing fighting games. So, I mean, it just depends on you and how you play the game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, you wanna have those styles match up.
Yeah, but what are you going to trace for us?
I'm taking too long scrolling here. I got the pose down. Now I'm picking an outfit, and I had it, and then I lost it, and now I'm trying to track it down again.
No, it's fine. Take your time. Honestly, like when I think about
We're a very professional show here. We do all of our show prep on the fly.
oh yeah, definitely. We got like some monkeys typewriting our script right now. Like they're just in an office right now, like tapping away on a typewriter instead of like a computer. Like that's just how slow it is right here for our script. I mean, I'm making this up on the fly. I don't know what I'm looking at a script right now that's teared up at the bottom with like some kind of teeth marks.
What did we say? Outfit, pose, character. Okay, give me a character to do a fan art of.
What's the pose? I can't really see.
The pose is just kind of a standing like almost like a walk up to the camera kind of.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna do that, if we're gonna do a pose like that with a character, I would say. Do you think you could try Link?
Link. Oh my God.
Plink.
Plink.
You try Plink.
Regular Link, Toon Link.
Yeah, Toon Link.
Not convert a link to a kilometer.
Yeah, not the link chain. Not the link to in the description bar right here. But regular fairy, Hyrulean Toon Link.
Breath of the Wild Link. Or something more classic.
We can go classic. We can go classic Ocarina of Time Link. Ocarina of Time Link's probably my favorite look. No offense to Twilight Princess or anything. I love Twilight Princess. It's I think Twilight Princess Link looks really cool. Toon Link, I would like him. He has more emotion, but at the same time, I mean, do you mind if it was cartoony, like at all in terms of?
Oh, it's gonna be cartoony.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. I'm just saying like no. I'm just saying like with Toon Link, there's always, like I said, there's always a different style of Link.
We can try.
He's the same character, but he definitely.
You want to give it a Toon Link attempt?
In some way, yeah. You could do it. You could try it.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably more doable. This will probably come out better for me than
the
trying to draw a more realistic Link.
Ocarina of Time Link. I mean, like if you want realistic Link, you can go with Breath of the Wild Link.
All right. So, all right. Now I gotta load these in.
Honestly, I'm glad you're going with Link. I definitely wanted to try to make like Link or something out of The Legend of Zelda on one of my first pixel arts. Because I think it's really interesting to look at in terms of like art style. Like when I see, it's not Shigeru Miyamoto, obviously those are the programmer people, but for whoever does the art style for Ocarina of Time here, actually give me a minute, I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Now I'm curious too.
Yeah, don't worry. There's definitely obviously a difference when it comes to art style. It's kind of like with Mega Man, where Mega Man has like different composers for each game. Like, and I don't mean the X series. I mean the Anniversary Classic series.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a different composer for each game. And the cool thing about Mega Man 10 was like they had all the composers from 1 through 8 do a song for each of the Robot Masters, and it's really interesting to see. It's interesting to see Mega Man 10 be the outlier of all the people that worked on the music of the series come together as one and like make a bomb soundtrack in the 10th game. Honestly, I'm going to say this, I'm not trying to step on any toes. Mega Man 10 is probably one of my favorite soundtracks. Mega Man 2 is good, I'll give it that. And Mega Man 3 is great, but Mega Man 10, it has a combination of all 8 games in terms of soundtrack, and it definitely stands out to me as a good component of sound composers when it comes to gaming themes. Legend of Zelda also does this really well as well. Hold on, like I said, let me look up the artist that does.
I'm very professionally trying to crop this photo and,
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
and sucking at OBS.
No, it's okay. They're both wearing green.
Come on. I picked a really goofy pose, like reference for the pose.
Right.
I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I can't find it in filters.
No, that's cool.
I bet it's not in filters. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, just take your time on.
All right. There's no hustle here. We're not trying to.
Yeah, we got.
Wait, I killed it. Go back. There he is. We'll put him in the corner.
Right.
Scale him down a little so he doesn't interfere.
Oh no! Woo!
Like cut out a window. There we go. There's our pose, and now to load the outfit.
Ocarina of Time is 4.5 or 4.6 out of 5. Okay, the artists are. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna butcher this. Yoshiaki Koizumi and Yusuke Nakano. That is the artist for Ocarina of Time.
Sweet.
So, I mean, I don't know if it's like the promotional art of Ocarina of Time, but I feel like it is.
There we go. Now we got our character, our outfit, and our pose. It's going to be a Toon Link and kind of a casual t-shirt and jean shorts, and he's going to be looking like he's approaching a camera.
Oh, so he's going to be in some jeans and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, hey, Link has worn other things. Like, he's always worn, like, a bunch of costumes when it comes to certain things. So it's not really out of the ordinary for him to just wear some jeans and a regular casual shirt. Considering in Wind Waker he was in like a not a blue lobster shirt, but like I think it was a blue lobster shirt and like some tan pants. And he looked like he had some bed edge because he just woke up from taking a nap.
Let's try just getting a Toon Link face going here. He's kinda ovally.
Right.
We're gonna do a whole bunch of attempts at this. Just
3 hours later.
Kind of a U shape.
Hey, that's cool.
Something like that, yeah.
Does he look like? Hold on. I think Toon Link. He doesn't have like a pointed chin, does he?
No, it looks pretty rounded in the reference I found.
Kind of looks like a pumpkin.
Little bit, yeah.
Okay, so you're going for the eye first? Or?
Oh my god, this sucks. This is trying to be his little hair loop.
Oh, I got you.
And
Oh, so you're starting from the top.
Heads back over the ear, yeah. And then this is gonna be the. Oh my god, this is just to get the idea in. It's gonna have a little pointy ear here. Mother of God.
Cool. I think the ear should be. I'm not trying to backseat draw.
Comment away.
In terms of the ear, I think it should be like a little bit wider, not like wide, but like definitely. Yeah, that's kind. Yeah,
it's a little more.
No, that's good.
A little more like that.
I kind of like that. Yeah, that's really good. Actually, yeah, you should have like the hair over the ear, and then like have like some little loops. Not little loops, but like when we get to the detail part.
Kind of comes down like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see his eyes.
The eyes are kind of big.
Like that. Very cartoonishly large
eyes.
Oh,
definitely. You gotta make them cartoon
there you go.
In terms of.
And then gigantic pupils.
You always gotta give characters like cartoon physics in terms of tune.
Gonna be staring right into your soul. There's a goofy little nose.
You won't sleep for days.
And a big happy smile.
Some happy trees.
With show his upper row of teeth there, and then just kind of fill in the bottom, and I'm gonna I'm gonna draw in the fill because I don't know how to use the fill button properly yet.
Right.
Super professional show. He's gonna have a nice. Yeah, all right. So his face is looking one way, and his hair's pointed the other way.
Yeah. Guys, don't worry. Like I said, we're professionals.
Absolute professionals.
This is some professional shit right here. We got this.
No doubt about it. All right, let's see.
I love how his hair looks like a duck.
The pose is a little bit flatter. I'm trying. Don't get distracted by the pose that's in his reference image. We want the pose of the guy and the high visibility.
Don't worry about the reference, people.
He's just gonna have kind of a flat set of shoulders with one arm.
Yeah, one arm like right there.
And another arm's kind of hanging in the back. His torso kind of comes out a little, and then the other arm. Oh my God. This is a bad time all over.
Oh, no, don't worry, guys. No, again, no, Alex, you have to understand, we're professionals, man. We can't just have this.
We are absolute professionals. His body's kind of a straight line. He doesn't really.
Yeah, no.
It'll really just be something like this, and then
yeah, that's true.
Let's zoom out a little.
Are you gonna add the tunic to the pants?
Or
not the tunic. Are you gonna add the belt to the pants part?
I know I started too big, and now I don't know where to go.
No, don't worry about it.
No, wrong button.
Like I said, time is our ally.
Wrong button.
It's not our enemy.
What if it shift click? No, that's not it. Shift scroll. Yeah.
Now we're cooking with
Now we know how to pan.
It's like figuring out how to parry in Street Fighter 3.
Oh my goodness. This is just to get us started.
And we got a long way to go.
Okay. I guess I drew his upper half a little too big.
I mean, we can regulate it out.
We're gonna shrink it down later. Let's just say it cuts off there for reference.
Yeah,
and,
that's fine. You got a good smile though.
Now we got just some straight leg jeans going.
I mean, he is remember, he is short, so
he is not a tall.
He's a kid. He's a kid that decided to kill a red-haired ginger man. As the evil king of Hyrule.
Practically a toon. Oh, wait, I didn't do his hat. Do his little.
Yeah, you gotta do the little. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Let's see, how's the bottom go?
Give him like a wavy look. There you go. Yeah.
You do like a little ball at the end.
Right. Yeah, he's an elf now.
That's a proper Link hat. Right there. Oh no, he doesn't do the ball at the end.
He doesn't.
It just finishes.
That's what I was about to say. Like, is he an elf? I mean, again, he's an elf-looking guy, but I don't know, Link's not an elf.
Let's see. Yeah.
Interesting thing about that game is
go.
I think definitely Toon Link in Wind Waker has so much more emotion compared to the other Links. Like I said, like if you look at Ocarina of Time Link and Majora's Mask Link, I mean, Majora has some kind of emotion, but it's not like fully on display compared to Toon Link. Because with Toon Link, it's like I said, like he's cartoony and he has like these range of emotions that he looks like. Even with like when you're fighting in the game, and the cutscenes, like they're definitely on display in terms of like how they look. Same with Twilight Princess Link. I'm not sure what people think about Twilight Princess. I feel like that game is really good, and I think sometimes it gets a little bit of a strange rap. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely one of my favorite Zeldas because of just what you do in that game. Obviously, it's the same thing as every Zelda, you know? But, it has this mature tone that I feel like it wouldn't be in like the kind of cartoony universe, kind of like with Wind Waker, because like with Wind Waker, obviously the Zelda series was kind of made for kids, even though you're just murdering like just a plethora of creatures. Like I guess that's what I have to say about that because there are so many things in the Zelda universe you obviously are killing with the sword, whether it be like the Master Sword or like a regular sword.
Yeah, it's just kind of painted over as like, oh, let's go on a little hunting trip.
Let's go on an adventure, guys. It'll be fun. Nothing bad will happen.
Killing things is okay when you're on an adventure.
Exactly. I don't know what I mean. I understand what Miyamoto was getting at in terms of making the Zelda series, but I definitely wouldn't understand why it would be ready to eat for everyone when you're just slaughtering like creatures of different kinds, whether it be like Tektites or like just evil. I guess it's because they're evil, in a sense.
It's kind of like the general justification for it.
Yeah.
If evil can kill.
Right. I mean, like I said, in Ocarina of Time, like when you first start, when you go into the Deku Tree, it's supposed to be like a test. And I wouldn't think. I mean, I understand that the Deku Tree was cursed in that moment of time, and I understand he's feeling the ailment of the curse from Ganondorf. But the thing is that I wouldn't understand why certain woodland creatures that you find in the Lost Woods would start trying to harm you because you've been part of that lifestyle as a kid, as young Link. I mean, I wouldn't understand why certain like Deku Scrubs would try to kill you when you've been part of that lifestyle.
Yeah, you'd think everyone would be on the same team there, but
yeah, especially with the whole backstory of having like a great war with the Kokiri, the Zora, and the Gorons fighting against the Gerudos. I mean, I could understand why the Gerudos would hate you, but everybody else, like, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't be like really big chums with. Compared to, I mean, I understand the Kokiri can't really leave the forest if they do. Actually, if you didn't know about this, Alex, Kokiri are only children because they live in the Kokiri forest, and if they leave, they lose that power of the Great Deku Tree.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So if they leave that, they start to age and they start to die.
Interesting. So if you go back to the village after you left for a while, do you age regress back to the young version,
no.
or are you just...
The thing is with Link in Ocarina of Time, obviously, he's not a Kokiri. So he's not... So the thing is that the whole game is that when you're going through in the beginning part, like when you're a kid, you're obviously trying to collect the 3 spiritual stones to open the door of time so you can get to the Master Sword, because you're not really trying to stop Ganondorf in that way, but Zelda, what she sent you, when you go to visit her on per se the Great Deku Tree's orders before he perishes, he tells you to go meet the Princess of Destiny, which is Princess Zelda. And then what happens next is that you pass all the guards, you meet her, you learn Zelda's lullaby when you get to her when Impa finds you. I totally skipped over the fact that your best friend Saria just gave you an ocarina, so you can play those songs. But
no, not important at all.
Oh yeah, not important to the story at all. Yeah, you just get rid of. You kind of get rid of the fairy ocarina for the Ocarina of Time. Great friend right there. Saria, you have a terrible. You have the best relationship with Link. You give him like one of the coolest things ever, and then he throws it away for a blue one.
Yeah.
Just. There goes your friendship there. Right there.
Oh, gee, thanks. Nope.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like what Link's like. Oh, I don't need this anymore. It's kind of like when Andy from Toy Story 2, whenever he finds out Woody has like a broken arm or like this understitched arm, he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. And then it just goes to that nightmare scene of Woody getting thrown to the trash can.
Yeah, it's basic video game rules.
Exactly.
You're taking up inventory space. I'm gonna need some more room here.
Instead of sentiment from your best friend that's been with you for like most of your childhood, you're gonna be like, oh, I just met this princess and she threw me an ocarina when she was trying to escape, and I'm just gonna take that one instead of the fairy ocarina. Yeah, definitely a good idea there, Link.
And this is why I enjoy games that let you like have a house or something where you can save those relics, but you don't have to walk around with them all the time. But you don't feel like the bad guy for just throwing it on the street.
Well, yeah, because I don't understand why he throws the fairy ocarina away, but regardless.
Like straight up throw it away. Not even like, oh, I'm gonna give it back.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a oh, I can just return it to send. But wait, I feel like that would be insulting. Anyways, I got off the wrong path. I got off the wrong track in terms of like talking about this. What I was trying to talk about, like I said, is why this is happening. Okay, so you go meet Zelda. You learn her lullaby, so you can meet with. Then Impa points you to the way of Death Mountain, so you can go meet with the Goron leader Darunia. And then once you figure out how to get the Goron Ruby, you go to the Zora so you can get the Zora Sapphire. And then once you collect all three of them, you go back to Hyrule Castle. Zelda's running away from Ganondorf because he's trying to chase her down to take. I guess it's to take her down. Either that, or it's to. He escaped from. I'm not saying. I don't think he was in captivity. He went to go meet the king. And I'm trying to make the speculation that Ganondorf just straight up just slayed him and just chased after the princess. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Because, like, 1 minute when you're with Zelda, you see him in the window and he's staring at both you and Zelda when you're in the garden. And then after you collect the Goron Ruby and the Zora Sapphire, he just leaves the castle. And he's chasing after Zelda. So what? Did the guards just not do anything? Like, are they just sitting around taking a smoke break? Like, just stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense to me. So after she escapes with Impa, Zelda throws the Ocarina of Time into the moat. You go and get that, and then once you get it, you learn the Song of Time, which is important for like moving blue cubes and other things.
There you go. It's got a little teeth grit.
So, anyways,
just making up weird mouths now.
I don't know. It's funny. Honestly, like I think it's really interesting. I haven't been commenting on it, but this looks really good though. Like he looks like he's just kind of casually at a gaming store.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you guys.
Hey, I'm Link. And then you'd see, and then people would be like, "Oh my God, is this this is a nice cosplay?"
Bro, is that Link? Nah, there's no way that's really Link.
No, they'd be like, the guys would be like, "Nice cosplay." He's like, "What are you talking about, man?" or he wouldn't even speak at all because Link doesn't really talk.
No, just
He makes expression noises. I always think that. Okay, no, I'm getting off track. I gotta continue. So when Zelda, like I said, she teaches you the Song of Time in a memory lapse or something. So then you go to the Temple of Time, you put the 3 spiritual stones down, and then you play the Song of Time so you can open access to the Master Sword. What happens is that you're too young of an age in order to pick up that Master Sword to use on your own.
Right.
So you get I don't think you get taken to the Sacred Realm. I think you sleep for 7 years. And meanwhile, Ganondorf has access to the Sacred Realm to get one of the Triforce pieces. And instead of, he wanted to get the Triforce in whole, but he could not. And it's because of the lore of the story. Because he only had, because you have to have certain spectacles of the three
Triforce?
The Triforce. You need to have power, you need to have wisdom, and you need to have courage. And unfortunately, Ganondorf only had power, so he couldn't claim the wisdom and courage.
Right.
Because if he had all 3 of them, his heart would turn Hyrule into like an age of nightmares. I mean, he already did that with Hyrule Castle when the 7-year skip happened. But the thing is that Link all this time has been sleeping for 7 years, and he's aged at that point. Mm-hmm. He's aged to like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old or something. And he meets with
teen heartthrob years.
Kind of, yeah. He's kind of in his like model shoot looking.
He's all moody and doesn't think anyone understands him.
Oh, did you restart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I'm just moving down the line.
Oh, I got you. The iterations of
you just keep redrawing it, and you try to do a little better. Now I'm
Yeah.
getting more used to things like his hair and his shoulder placement.
Right. So then he meets with the first sage, the Sage of Light, Rauru. I think his name is Rauru. Yeah. Rauru. I don't know how to pronounce it. Rauru. It's like Rauyu. Rauru. I think that's how his name is.
We'll look it up in post.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to remember. Well, I will. I'll try to remember, and Alex will get a history lesson in this.
Absolutely. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I have not played any of the Zelda games at all.
Yeah, you need to get on that. I'm not saying I'm not.
I know. I really feel like I'm missing out on it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good adventure. But anyways, so when you meet Rauru, he tells you need to unlock, or not unlock. You need to find the other powers of the sages. In order to try and even take on Ganondorf. So he sends you. He's the first sage that's unlocked, and he gives you the light medallion. So then, after that, you're back in the Temple of Time next to the pedestal that you took the Master Sword out of, and you meet with Sheik, the last of the Sheikah. She's kind of like a person that's like Impa. She's a Sheikah, so.
Right.
So then what happens is that she tells you that there are certain sages in other temples and you need to save them or like unlock them in terms of their hidden potential. So then the first place you go to is the Forest Temple. And that's back in your hometown, not really hometown, but like the home that you used to live in Kokiri Forest. So then you go back there, the place is infested with monsters, and you go clear that temple, you go clear the Forest Temple, you defeat the monster, you defeat the boss in there, and then you talk to Saria, which is by surprise, is the Forest Sage. She's the Forest Sage for the Forest Temple. Or she's the Green Sage, okay?
Okay.
So, and the thing is that she doesn't look like she's aged a day. And that's the whole thing about Kokiri. When you get explained, when the Great Deku Tree, like you said, when he died, he actually had a bud. He had a new sprout for
He had a bro. He had a homie.
No, he had a sprout that was building up to become the next Great Deku Tree. And he explains to you, in terms of your history, that you're not a Kokiri, because if you were a Kokiri, you would still be a kid in the forest, and if you left, you would be
right.
You would be dead, kind of.
The fact that you're a teenager.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's like you lose your powers. You lose your power as a Kokiri, like to not age, when you leave the forest. Right. So it goes without saying that he is not a Kokiri because he's been aging in the forest, even when.
Yeah, it's just kind of a revelation.
And while the game explains to you that like the war, there was a mother that was trying to escape the war, and she actually made it to Kokiri Forest, but she was gravely injured, and she died like when she got to the forest. And that baby was you.
So even though you were raised there, you're actually not original to
you're not a Kokiri. And that's also why, that's also another thing in the beginning of the story, is that usually Kokiri have fairies to accompany them whenever they're there. Right. And Link never got it until like, I think he was like 10. That's when he went on his journey? Yeah, 10. It wasn't until he was 10, and that's when the whole beginning of Ocarina of Time happened. Because Navi was sent to Link to accompany him from the Great Deku Tree. And the Great Deku Tree knew that Link was important. He was the child of destiny for some reason. I don't know how he knew. I think it's just because he's so old that he just knows who the child of destiny is.
You're always just something.
Yes, generic old man or old tree man knows what your destiny is and how you should do it, and you should do it to save the world. So then, like I said, the game explains to you finally at that point is that you are not a Kokiri, so you are different. You're actually a Hylian instead of Kokiri. So that is the revelation that the Great Deku Sprout gives you when you beat the temple.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then, what do you do with this newfound knowledge?
Well, you go to the next temple. You just totally forget about it and go to the next temple. Well, I wouldn't say you forget about it, but it definitely gives. In terms of like, I'm not saying shock value. Like when you first played the game and like when you were a kid in 1997. Well, I wouldn't say directly.
When we were all children in 1997.
Yeah, exactly. No, when you were a kid and you didn't really understand it, and then it gets explained to you, it's kind of, like I said, it's more. Ocarina of Time is definitely more story driven compared to other games. Sorry. God, I could probably use a drink.
I got one. Yeah, in the fridge.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. We got one more A&W. We got Dr. Pepper and
I'll just take an A&W.
Sprite. Oh, you're gonna take the last A&W.
Oh, actually, if you have Sprite, I'll take that.
Oh, you sure? You want,
Yeah,
you want the last
take,
A&W?
No, I'll just take the Sprite.
You don't want to be that?
No, just stop.
Okay.
Don't take that on me. We're still on camera.
For the record, he was not that guy.
Oh, of course I wasn't. Honestly, but yeah, like when you were a kid and you realize that you're not the people that you are. It's more story driven because of what you do and like how the game has painted you as. Because at that point, the 3 encounters that you've had in the game is that you're still a kid. But then you get the Master Sword, and you're kind of like an adult. So then it's kind of weird because all your life you kind of just only knew that you were a Kokiri instead of.
That was just what you assumed, the whole time.
Because Link. I mean, obviously Link doesn't talk, but
he has inquisitive noises like, "Ha."
Or like yelling whenever he gets knocked down on a far.
Yeah.
No, he's like, "Ah!" like that.
Oh, the fall off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's got a good one there.
And then he makes grunting and like noises when he attacks and stuff and rolls. So it's kind of like what. So I guess that rolls us back into another question: does Link actually talk? That's the thing.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, and the thing is that if he makes noises, does that mean he can technically try to talk?
I guess he has the facilities to.
But he just doesn't.
He just chooses not to. I like to think of Link as a very stoic individual.
Yeah.
He chooses to keep his feelings in reserve and
I think
only speak when absolutely necessary.
I think the thing what I like to clarify with Link is the fact that he is no, and there's the speculation that he's illiterate.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
That doesn't necessarily mean you can't talk, but
Right. I think the thing is that
it could be a funny theory that like, oh, he's so embarrassed at this one thing that it also messes with all this other stuff.
Right. And the thing is that in the Legend of Zelda series, you don't really see Link talk. You see everybody else talk to him.
Right.
So it's not like a lack of Link trying. I just don't think he has anything to say. He's
just one of those quiet fellas.
Yeah. And then every time he he interacts with something, it's either someone else, like one of his partners, like Navi or Ninda or whoever he has as a partner in the games, talks for him and just says it out for him. So
what he's trying to say is,
but then gets cut off by everybody. That's basically what it is. Honestly, if I want to be frank.
Hello, Frank. I'm Dad.
Hey, how's it going? If I wanted to say, like, who my favorite, because not everybody, but a lot of the Zelda games have like a partner, or like kind of not a sidekick, but
someone that runs with you for most of the time.
Yeah, kind of like your guide. There's always been this kind of, I'm not saying there's always been, but I've always thought that everybody has like a favorite sidekick or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've always had like a different opinion of each sidekick that you've had, like in terms of how they are.
Yeah.
So like with Navi, everybody calls her annoying because she keeps on like saying like, look, watch out, and all this stuff that really irritates people. But like she also kind of cuts you off when it comes to talking.
Yeah.
But I see it as a different light. I don't really get annoyed by her whenever she makes those noises. I think it's just because of just how many times like she's like, oh hey, listen, all this kind of stuff.
It's just the frequency that's kind of can get to you.
But I think Navi is actually a really decent character in a sense because, I mean, she has to be in a sense because in the next game after Ocarina of Time, you go to Majora's Mask, and the beginning of the story is that Link is trying to find a friend in the woods, and it's speculated to be Navi.
Ah.
Because who else would it be at that point? When it follows kind of like a timeline, in a sense. Because the Zelda timeline is really skewed. Like it's very convoluted.
Yeah.
Because there are definitely branches, and Ocarina of Time is kind of like the main part where the branches split off. Because it's such, I guess it's such a monumental part of the series, and where it actually splits off in terms of the timeline. So like, I think there are 3 timelines. I think there's one where Link defeats Ganon and seals him to the Sacred Realm. There's one where he keeps the Master Sword, so he ages. Then there's another where he defeats Ganondorf and he puts the sword back in. I think that's the one where that's the timeline for Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that he keeps the Master Sword is where it goes into like Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, I believe.
Ah.
And then there's a 3rd timeline, I believe. It's where Ganondorf actually kills the hero.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's very dark in a sense. But I don't know where that leads to in the timeline. I think that's actually... I don't know. I don't know which one that is. I'm not really sure. But, ooh, excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, that's...
Very professional show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. By the way, Link is looking jacked right now.
He is. I really gave him a huge bicep.
Dude, he's been working
and
out. He's been working
I wasn't.
out.
It just kind of headed that way out of the gate.
Fine,
like,
it's fine. Honestly, it's actually fitting because Link. I mean, how the hell is he gonna lift a megaton hammer?
Yeah, this is more of like a teenage Link. You know, his sleeves are short and his hair is long.
He's showing them arms off his.
He's been working out all summer, and he wanted to.
He's like, you see my biceps, baby.
Show you what for. There's this little nubbin. Can I even draw a sword? Let's see.
Draw the shot.
Oh,
you're trying to...
Yeah, there we go. There we go. His shirt's hanging out of his skinny jeans. He's got
That's the Conqueror sword, guys.
His little tiny half knife.
That's the kunai.
He's got the shortest sleeves imaginable and one super beefy bicep.
Yeah. God, don't make that implication, please.
This is a different... Wait, all right. Now we have to give him some attitude. And you know the best way to show attitude?
What, eyebrows?
Eyebrows.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
he's ready to throw down.
He's ready to
Look
go.
at this guy.
I love how he has, like, the fucking shirt... I love how he has the shirt, like, not tucked in, and then there's the part where it is tucked in.
Yeah, he's got the half tuck style going.
He looks like he's ready. He looks like he just got out of a tavern.
Oh, my goodness.
He just got out of the tavern. He got drunk. So, he forgot his giant sword. And he decided to get the Conqueror knife for old time's sake.
Holy cow! All right. Well, my wrist is getting tired.
No, it's fine.
That was we evolved pretty far from this one.
We have evolved.
We definitely made some improvements on the way to here.
Alex has evolved. So here, no. First off, we gotta go. Okay. So we have Link that definitely just seen better days, right here.
Super wide body.
Then we got Thick Link.
Oh, what do you call him? Chungus. This is big Chungus Link.
Big Chungus Link. You got Big Chungus Link right here, guys.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is what Alex has made. Then you have Casual Friday at a Chili's Link.
Yeah.
Here.
It's just hip weekend Link.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to go off to like summer camp or something.
Real happy. He's about to meet up with his friends. And
yeah.
It's gonna
a rock monster, a fish woman, and a woodland creature. He's about to go to summer camp. And then we have this Link right here, where he looks like he got hit with the angry eyebrows. Decided to lift weights with one arm. Took out a butter knife and doesn't know how to dress himself.
He's got a little bit of edge to him. He's even got an earring.
He's got some
going.
He's got some alcohol still on his breath.
This is an edgy Link. Oh wait. We're not matching. We're not matching the outfit properly.
No, that's okay, man. Like honestly,
V-neck.
give him a V-neck. Yes.
Wait.
Give him the pecs. Get him the V-neck pecs.
Deep V-neck. Oh my god, I gotta angle this right.
Like a dress.
Deep V-neck.
Yes.
How do you draw pecs?
It looks like he has man boobs.
There's his pecs.
he has muscles in the front.
There's the six pack. There's the little
pack.
zigzag thing from the lats. It's.
I'm going to play more. I can't speak. I can't do it.
That's right. How do you?
I'm going to play Majora's Mask, and I'm gonna suck at even the smallest task. But I know you guys probably won't see the mine. So I better get off my behind now.
There you go. He's got a little hairy chest going.
Oh yeah. He's got the manly chest.
We'll give him the Triforce necklace.
Yeah, no, that's the money.
There we go. This is some
good.
edgy teen Link here.
He's really going into that GTA scene now. Be careful, guys. It's a concrete sword right now, but it could be a rocket launch next.
You gotta watch out, man.
He's there. He means serious business with them jeans and that untucked shirt.
Quality evolution. This is
the art. You know how like you see like the human evolution in terms of the chart where it turns from monkey to like a man.
Yeah.
This is the Link evolution, turning from Big Chungus Link to TGI Fridays Link to your GTA Thug Link. We're creating the chain link of links here.
This is the only art show that gives you time progression on their characters.
Yeah, seriously.
You want to know how they look in 10 years? This is it, man.
This is how
people age.
Yeah, exactly. They don't age older. They just age better.
Absolutely. Alrighty then. Well, thank you guys for watching. We definitely.
Oh.
We're threatening to stretch this to an hour.
Yeah, definitely.
If you was much more than I was expecting, but super fun time all together. Thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have been a sport, all two of you.
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments how well we matched the outfit, pose, and character. And we're gonna get it another shot next time. So
this time it'll be my turn.
Be sure to tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What's all that other nonsense that you're supposed to say?
I would say just thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you guys have a good day.
I know he's much more experienced at this than I am. If you haven't noticed.
All 2 days.
All right. Bye.
All right. See you guys.